Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palettes. I'm Aaron Loomis coming to you from the Drew Estate Studio. With me today is Seth Geis, and from the Pastani Studio, John McTavish. How you guys doing?
I'm doing really well.
Doing really well. How you doing, Aaron?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Good.
Uh, Baseball spring training's going on, so getting
I was
close to
gonna
the start
say,
of the
when is
season.
pitchers and catchers?
Yeah, they're already there. They're already there.
Are
By the
there?
time
Nice.
this comes
I've
out,
already
the
reported
season probably
halfway
definitely
done.
the Japan series has already started by the time this comes out. So,
They've had
Nice.
some
um,
spring games, right? I've been
yeah,
getting
yeah,
some.
yeah. They're
Yes,
they're
yeah.
they're full into spring games. So I mean, the first game is I think in Japan is like on the 17th. So they're doing
Wild.
like a two-game
Who's
series in Japan, Dodgers
who's playing?
and Cubs, I believe.
Fun.
Ooh, Cubs have a
Yeah.
good preseason. That
So
won't
they're
mean
having,
anything once they get
the
through.
Dodgers have a bunch of Japanese players, Cubs have some Japanese players. They're just kind of going for it. So
Sounds like they need an expansion team.
they've talked about it.
Have they
Uh-oh.
talked about having a Japan MLB team?
They've talked about some, having some kind of
I mean, can you imagine
You
flying?
couldn't. You
international
couldn't.
teams.
You couldn't even do it with how
It'd be
baseball
hard.
plays.
It'd be hard.
I
I
mean,
mean,
it's
you could
a I
maybe get
don't.
away with like Mexico City or something like that.
Yeah.
Mexico
Um,
City, yeah,
yeah,
Mexico City, another
Puerto
Canadian
Rico,
team.
you could get away
Oh,
with maybe some of
you don't
those.
want another MLB team in Canada.
No, but I'm like saying like if you
That's
want to
terrible
like
for the product.
I mean in theory, I mean yeah the Montreal Expos. I mean it's better it would be
I've,
easier for the other teams and players than going to Tokyo. Let's
didn't
put
Yeah,
it that way.
didn't the Expo? This is going to be blasphemy, I'm sure, but didn't the Expos move
yeah,
or
yeah.
Yeah, they
sell?
became the
He's just saying
Nationals.
they did have two teams at one
Yeah,
point.
so
Yeah.
I guess what I was saying there is like the second most populous city in Canada couldn't retain an MLB team. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, listen, Quebec couldn't even keep the Nordiques, so
That you gotta say that quietly. You're gonna summon the Quebecers. They're gonna be very upset.
I know.
All right. So today we are talking about the Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust Black Angus FSG. This cigar is a Toro Extra, 6 1/4 by 54. Comes out of the Hoya de Nicaragua factory in Nicaragua. Wrapper is Ecuadorian Habano Viso Rosado. Binder is Mexican Andres Negro Cultivo Tanto. And the filler is Florida Sun-Grown Lajero and Nicaraguan Angelica Criollo. Blended by Steve Saka. Price point is $30. Cigar was released in December of 2024. And we picked these cigars up from the only place you can buy them, Corona Cigar Company, located in Florida.
Nice.
So if you're near one of the locations, be sure to stop in and pick one of these up. Grab a drink. But if you're not, you can place an order over the phone or you can go to the website and do it, and they'll ship to you instantly. All
Steve
right.
likes Lagavulin 16, so if you're gonna pair it with something, that might be something to think about.
There you go. There you
They
go.
also
All
have
right.
that Mexican Tanto, so jump on it.
Yep.
Jump
Yep.
on it.
Want to listen to that Sugar Hill Gang sound right there, people.
Yeah.
All right, Seth, take it away.
Listen, I'm a Sokka fanboy. Let's just get that started. Um, Really great looking cigar. I love the band on it. Classy. First third, strong manure, barnyard, heavy spices. There was pepper. There's some sweet spices on the finish, some damn tobacco. I found it to be a heavy smoke. It was full body. Strength was around medium full level. Just really rich, complex. Second, third continued with those damp wood and tobacco notes. There's some pepper, rich earth, a little bit of mineral notes, still full in body, medium full in strength, just really balanced. Um, Final third, minerals, pepper, barnyard, strong wood, tobacco, leather. Yeah, it was a good stick. The burn was really good. The draw was great. Really nice experience. John?
Also a bit of a Dunbarton fanboy, I'd say. I thought the first third was a nice start. Definitely medium full. There's a ton going on here. I have sweet tobacco, spices, earth, creamy tobacco developing, mild wood, earthy notes, dark roast coffee, and then as it progressed, some elements of pepper, red pepper flake. There's ton of stuff going on in the first third, and I thought most for the most part the flavors were fairly balanced. I mean, at some points I'd say the red pepper flake might have overpowered some of the other components, but for the most part, very nicely balanced. Second, third, quite a few flavor components dropped away for me. So more of a creamy coffee, tobacco, and then kind of a medium-ish earth on the finish. And I know June's talked about this. I think Aaron's talked about this. There's a kind of a burning cardboard note, and I was like, oh man, no. And that was really unfortunate because I feel like the cigar probably could have gotten to that good mark, but that cardboard note just was such a distraction on the palate. And then, the profile for the second third I thought was a little bit flatter, really just kind of settled into coffee, the cardboard note, and a little bit of wood. So a little bit of a disappointment after that first third, and then last third, just kind of more creamy wood, red pepper flake, and a little bit of earth. So really quite basic from where it started. And the sad thing is, given this comes out of Hoya, I had construction challenges, wavy burn. I had to do a touch up, and then had to do another touch up in the last third. Draw had a little bit of resistance to it, so I had to knock it on that. So, I think overall it was above average, but I would say my takeaway is I'm a bit disappointed. But we'll talk more about that in the scoring. Aaron, what about you?
Yeah, for me, it's like I started with toasted earth, toasted oak, and bold black pepper. Light barbecue smokiness joined in a bit later. Halfway through the third, the pepper mellowed significantly and then kind of bumped back up as the third came to a close. Second third saw the pepper mellow out again, and then the final third saw the toast level of the oak increase a bit. The flavor profile was just kind of average throughout. That first inch was pretty nice with a bold delivery of all the core components, but once the pepper mellowed, that kind of went away. And then from the second third on, the profile was pretty mundane. Very expensive cigar that didn't really deliver an exciting profile past that first inch. Doesn't really lead to something I'd really see myself coming back to. So, yeah. All right, let's get into the scores. We're going to start at the top with Seth at 6.82. John and June both gave it a 5.75, and I gave it a 5.55. So, Seth, how did that 6.82 match up for you?
Listen, I really love the blend. The price didn't even bother me. I just love the flavor profile. I really like the use of FSG. I've always loved FSG tobacco. We had a great experience in learning about it with Jeff. This blend really kind of it shows it, but it never takes the lead. Saka did a really good job of making it present, but not overpowering. I definitely would smoke it again. I love the stick. Good size.
All right, John, 5.75.
So I'm gonna say pretty much the exact opposite of what Seth just said. I thought the cigar had a great start to it, but I felt like the FSG was blended out. Like I didn't get any characteristic of the FSG, which for me is a lot of the sort of musty tobacco, citrusy quality. And I really, if you'd handed this to me blind, I could not have possibly picked out FSG, and I was looking for it. So for that, I was kind of disappointed because that's sort of supposed to be the defining characteristic of the cigar. I think if he had worked on this blend and just maybe ignored FSG and gone for something else, it could have been something completely different. But I just didn't think it showcased FSG tobacco at all, and I've had tons of different FSG cigars that I think did. So score matches up well, and at that price point, sadly, glad I tried it, but not something I'd buy again.
Yeah, my 5.55 matches up well. Average flavor profile throughout. Construction was also kind of similar to John's. A little wavy. Cigar went on me once. I had to do a relight. So that was not the greatest, but the draw was perfect. So kind of gets into the mid fives. So what I'm hearing is that we need a Christopher Walken impression saying that he has a fever and the only prescription is more FSG.
Steve has a fever, and what he needs is more FSG.
There,
This
there
guy,
it
he has this cigar, and there's no. I can't find the FSG. Where is it? Where is the FSG?
There you go.
I think what it is, and maybe this is just me, but I think that FSG, you can't have it in a really heavy blend, right? Like, and I think this is kind of one of Steve's heavier blends, and I think the problem is it's almost like it's almost like when someone does. I mean, I hate to say. I don't want to say fire cured tobacco because it's not like fire cured tobacco, and that's a really terrible analogy. but it just all of the tobaccos in here, I think, overwhelmed and were stronger than the FSG, and as a result, I could not pick it out. And I don't know, maybe that like I don't know if that was what he was going for, or just I couldn't taste it right, or whatever. Um, yeah,
Yeah, I would agree. I just didn't get enough of that FSG. I really enjoy it, but just I don't think there was enough for me to really get a sense of it in this blend. So yeah.
it's kind of like when somebody makes a Candela cigar, right? And they basically blend super heavy tobaccos in it so that you can't taste the Candela. That was kind of my takeaway. And it's like, well,
Mm.
it's a really subtle tobacco. Why would you blend it out? So I don't know. Seth?
Listen, I loved it. I
Yeah.
picked it up. I thought it was really good. I thought he did a good job of not having it be too much. I think it was one of those, so many people who smoked were like, I don't like FSG tobacco when they're
Hmm.
picking up these blends, which are just FSG, and you're like, well, then don't fucking smoke the FSG blends. But um, I
Doctor, it
think,
hurts when I do this.
yeah, I think Jasaka did a good job of it was there, but it was never too much. I mean, yeah, I could probably go for a little bit more in it, but it's it's a complex blend too. He's got a lot of tobacco. And I'm trying to think about other FSG blends where it seems like, there's usually kind of your standard wrapper, and then one filler, but Saka kind of went all over the place with the tobacco in this cigar.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a wild tobacco man.
He is.
All right. Wherever you catch this video, be sure to like and subscribe and check out the full written review on the website, developingpalates.com. Follow us on all the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts. So iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.
Got a fever.